What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to bring you my 1 month review, probably my final review of the iPhone 12. So I'll kind of go through how I generally do these reviews, what I paid for it, order process, did I do a trade-in, and then I'll kind of go through what I was using previously and why I bought this, why it may not be for you or it may be for you. So these start at $799. This is the iPhone. As long as you don't get the mini, this is basically their base model. And I went with the 64 gigabyte version versus a step up from that, like the 128, because I very rarely store a bunch of stuff on my phone. We have a home server. I do everything through Google Photos for my photos for this because the files aren't very large, so I just usually throw them on there, and whenever it gets full on here, I just delete them as I go. So why did I get this over the previously I was running an iPhone XS Max, which is a much larger phone, so I wanted to actually downsize to a smaller phone, but previously I did not like the iPhone 10 or 11, the standard versions, because the screen on there was LCD, it was poor quality. Apple's displays are great, but compared to all the Android phones that have higher refresh rates, 1080p, 1440p screens, it was just a huge downgrade there. So I wanted something a little bit smaller, a little more compact. I did not need such a massive phone as I thought I did when I got that. So I actually traded that in, and Apple gave me $350, and then Verizon was doing a promo, so they gave me another $150. So I actually did not pay that much for this. I think I only owe like $100 left on it. I did get Apple Care with this because if you look at the back here, if I can get it to focus on that, it probably won't because it likes focusing on my face. It is glass, so if you drop this thing and break it, you're probably going to be out $250 at least to have Apple fix it. And I didn't want to pay that. I don't like using a case with my phone most of the time, so I went ahead and got that. So overall day-to-day use, this thing has got a great processor in it. It's extremely fast, efficient. That's what Apple's known for. What processor's in here? I don't know. The A12, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Extremely fast. It'll handle anything you want. It doesn't really get hot or anything. I didn't have any issues with that. It does feel very, very light, and that's because it has a much smaller battery in it than I was used to. And like the Max version of this phone, the 12 Max, has a much bigger battery in it. My battery life's about the same as the iPhone 10 XS Max, which had, I believe, around the same size battery in it, but I can easily get a day out of it. I'm not a power user, and we do have 5G in our area, so it is on 5G from time to time. Most of the time, 90% is on Wi-Fi, but I haven't noticed any drop in my battery and anything like that being on 5G. But again, I'm not watching videos on this phone. It's just not something I usually generally do. Currently, the iPhone is the only Apple product that I actually use, mainly because I just love how integrated their software is, and it just seems like a more polished experience over some of the Android phones. I am thinking about switching to a Pixel 5, mainly because I don't think this is an $800 phone. I think this is a $649, $599 phone. It does feel very premium, but I just don't think it's only got a 60 hertz refresh rate. There's nothing special there. It does have excellent build quality. Apple's known for doing that, but so does the Pixel 5 and the Pixel 4a. I think are pretty good build qualities. Yes, they're not metal, they don't have all this glass on them, but they're plastic, so generally if you drop them, the back's not going to shatter. You're not going to have to pay a fortune to replace them. But day-to-day use is great with this. The camera is okay. I have a full-frame mirrorless camera, so any of the cameras out there I think are just okay in natural light. The video on it I don't think is very good. I actually shot a video reviewing my current setup that I'm using here, and I don't think the video is all that great. It's functional, it can get you by in a pinch. In good light, it actually will do very well, but in this current setup, I literally hooked it up to the exact same settings that I use when I shoot my videos on my mirrorless full-frame camera, and it doesn't look, it's not even close. But overall, microphone, all that stuff's pretty good. So if you're wanting to get a better camera, I would probably go towards the Pro or the XS Max if you're wanting that variety. The one thing that I've noticed that I really do not like with the camera is it always is it never defaults to the wide angle. So you have that 1x there. I don't know if it will focus on that, but then if you press that, then it'll get you into the wide angle. I kind of wish that it would actually just do the wide angle instead of you have to hit that every single time when it comes up. You may be able to change that in the settings. I couldn't figure out how. It doesn't come with a charger. I use my old charger, so I prefer a lower watt charger anyways. I think it's a 5-watt charger. I don't need a fast charger. We do wirelessly charge these from time to time. We have a lamp in our baby's room that has wireless charging on there, and it works pretty good. It's pretty slow, and it does get a little warm on the back, but it does have that. It has MagSafe on it, which I don't plan on using. I like the feature of it and the thought, but it's not something that I actually will probably actually use down the road. All right, what else? Why am I still using this phone? Apps. With Verizon, we are on a limited plan, and Apple Music is included. So Apple Music on Android is a little bit different experience than it is on an iPhone. It's just not as stable. And I really like Overcast. I know that may be odd. It's just a podcast app, but I really, really like it. And it's only on Apple. They do not release that stuff on Android, mainly because they are all Apple people. If you listen to the developers' podcast on it, they're complete Apple people. It's not that they don't like Android or Windows, but they are not going to move it over for there. I like iMessage, even though I think with what the newer Androids and the RCA messaging, I think we're getting more towards to where iMessage isn't that big of a deal anymore. But build quality is really, really good. It looks good when it's clean, but the back is the one thing that does get very, very dirty on the back. Same thing with the front. You get a lot of smudges on this. I kind of wish that they would have done how it has this little polished aluminum on the side. I wish they would have done that on the back. I'm not really sure why that wasn't something they didn't maybe look into or something, but I would prefer like a matte finish. I prefer actually the Pixel 5 back because I think it's probably a little bit more stable if you drop it. It has a ceramic shield screen, which is another reason why I got this. It's supposed to be stronger than 4 times stronger than the last one, and I do not use a screen protector, mainly because they are advertising that you can drop it and it ain't gonna break. The back will probably break before the front is what I would guess. But overall, I'm happy with it. Am I going to keep it? Probably not. There is an issue with the Bluetooth, which my wife has an iPhone 12 also, where it does not connect correctly to the car. It always keeps going in and out, and it is just related to this phone. I had no problems with my iPhone 10 XS Max phone, so that's something to, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's my car, but it didn't have any issues with my old phone. I also like Apple CarPlay better than Android Auto, so that's another reason why I've kind of stuck with this. I just think it's a cleaner, more well-designed interface. So that's it. Happy with it. I would probably see if you could get it on sale. I would not pay full price for this phone because they do run deals from time to time, like we did with the Verizon gave you some extra money for trade-in. So I got $450 for a 2.5-year-old iPhone 10 XS Max, which I thought was pretty good, and it's no hassle. You just take the phone into the Apple store and they handle it all there. You don't have to give them the charger, so I kept the charger from that phone because like I said, they didn't want it. So I was able to do that. So that's it. It's a good phone. If you're just okay with just the standard phone without I think there's a telephoto lens on the Pro, I would get this one, hands down. Wait till it's on sale. Wouldn't pay full price for it, or wait till it goes into the Apple outlet where you may be able to get a little bit better deal on it. I just don't think it's an $800 phone. $700, yes, definitely. $650, 100%, but I wouldn't pay $800 for it. That's it. Comments, questions, leave them below. Sorry, this is a big ramble about this phone. Some of the stuff you may not care about, but I'm just a general tech consumer, just reviewing stuff. So that's it. Have a good rest of the day, weekend, whatever it is. Be safe out there, and I'll see you guys next time.